With me now is Mansour Shouman. He is a Canadian in Gaza with his wife and 5 children. Mansour, thank you very much for taking the time to speak with us. Do you want to begin by telling us where in Gaza you are and what the situation is like right now?
Thank you, Marcia. Good morning to your audience. We are currently in Khan Yunis. It's in the south of the Gaza Strip. We left our home in Gaza City in the north a few days back.
Do you feel more safe in the south?
Uh, we thought we will be more safe, but given what we went through in the north versus what I've seen here and felt in the south, it seems they're very similar. Um, Last night was the worst night in terms of bombing since the start of these events. Israel said that they hit 320 targets last night alone. To put things into perspective, Gaza Strip is 360 square kilometers in area. So that's almost one strike for every 1 square kilometer. So throughout the night, we kept hearing bombs coming down on us here beside us in the hospital. The entrance of the bomb was also hit very hard a couple of times, and lots of people were killed and injured right beside me here.
And I understand that you are not with your children and your wife. How come?
Yes, when we came here to Khan Yunis a week ago, the apartment that my family went to, which is her cousins, is a small apartment, and it already had 8 families there, women, men, and kids. So in order to give some space for our children and wife to just take some comfort, be able to move around, play around, the men moved outside of the house. A friend of mine that works in the media spoke to me and asked me to come and help them out a little bit when it comes to trying to get the story out to the international audience in English about what's truly happening to the civilians here in Gaza. So that's why we are separated. They're a little bit of a distance from where I am. And given that the Israeli forces have killed several media correspondents over the last few days, I would say that I don't feel very safe leaving where I am right now.
Mansour, did you say that 8 families are living in one apartment?
Correct.
And what about the food and water situation? We're hearing so many different stories. Tell us your experience.
So I think my experience is similar to the 2.3 million innocent civilians. After the Oslo Agreement of 1994, we are totally reliant on Israel for electricity and water. So once this war started, the Israeli government publicly said that we're switching off the water supply, we're switching off the electrical supply. So for water, there are some wells right now in different neighborhoods. And wells, sometimes these wells are salty wells. And then they try to purify it as much as possible. And they drink whatever is available based on that. Also, there are some solar-powered desalination plants in some areas, so that definitely helps with some of the demand. With regards to food, as you said in your report, Gaza is besieged even before this war. We're in a blockade for 16 years, so we rely on imports to live. So 400 trucks a day, mostly food, used to enter the Gaza Strip. Right now, people are utilizing whatever they had stored for emergencies, such as dates, spaghetti, canned beans, lentils, and the sorts. There's a lack of fruits, vegetables, protein. It's a luxury these days to have something like that.
You are a Canadian. Have you heard anything about finding a way back to Canada?
The last time Global Affairs called me and my family was 7 days ago. They told us that currently there is no deal in place for international residents of Gaza to leave Gaza, and that only when they contact us again should we head to Rafah if we want to leave again.
Mansour, what words would you describe emotionally how you feel at this time?
I feel a little bit of anger and despair. Um, However, together with the population here, um, we can't rest to this kind of depression. Everyone here is basically channeling his or her emotions into action, either taking care of the kids, either trying to support efforts to rebuild Gaza in whatever way possible. You know, I'll give you an example. We have here one very high international TV correspondent whose family was killed yesterday, his wife and children, in a bombing of his house. He hasn't seen them since the start of the war. He went and buried them, and he came back to continue his work, saying, you know what? We need to continue. No one's going to do this work if we don't. So this is the kind of mentality that the people in Gaza here have.
Mansour Shouman, thank you so much for speaking with us. We will stay in touch with you. All the best to you and to your family. Thank you.